The 1995 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice captivated audiences with its stunning performances, lush settings, and the undeniable chemistry between Colin Firth's Mr. Darcy and Jennifer Ehley's Elizabeth Bennet. Nearly 30 years later, fans still hold the series close to their hearts. But what happened to the talented cast who brought Jane Austen's beloved characters to life? Have they gone on to achieve greater fame, or stepped away from the spotlight? Join us as we take a look at the stars of this iconic series and uncover where they are now in 2024, 29 years after its debut. Barbara Leigh-Hunt was born on December 14, 1935. She played the formidable Lady Catherine de Bourgh in Pride and Prejudice in 1995, at the age of 59. Lady Catherine's imperious demeanor was brought to life by Barbara's commanding performance. Off-screen, Barbara was known for her elegance and charm, but her life was far from ideal. Born into a family with high expectations, she was pushed into the arts to uphold the family name. Despite her success in acting, including her acclaimed work in Frenzy, 1972, she struggled with feelings of inadequacy. Barbara married British actor Richard Pascoe, and while they shared a deep intellectual connection, their marriage was fraught with disagreements and ended in a quiet divorce. She had one child, a son named Michael, who became estranged due to her intense focus on her career. Barbara faced multiple tragedies, including a debilitating stroke in her 70s and losing her closest friend to an untimely accident. She passed away on September 16, 2024, at the age of 88, from complications related to pneumonia. Benjamin Whitrow was born on February 17, 1937. He portrayed Mr. Bennet in Pride and Prejudice in 1995, when he was 58 years old. Mr. Bennet is a dry-witted and somewhat aloof father who prefers retreating to his study rather than dealing with his wife's nerves. Whitrow's career was marked by his versatile performances in television, film, and theater, where he was known for his rich voice and commanding presence. However, his personal life was tinged with sadness, including a failed marriage and the complexities of fatherhood. His second marriage ended in separation, and he faced challenges in balancing his career with his family responsibilities. Whitrow's health began to decline in his later years, and he passed away on September 28, 2017, at the age of 80, due to complications from a stroke. His passing left a deep void in the British acting community, where he was beloved for his mastery of both dramatic and comedic roles. Jennifer Ehle was born on December 29, 1969, and portrayed Elizabeth Bennet in the 1995 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice at the age of 25. Elizabeth is a sharp-witted, independent young woman who refuses to conform to societal expectations. Ehle's career has had both triumphs and tragedies, with a mix of stage and screen performances. She earned significant praise for her role in Pride and Prejudice but faced periods of struggle with the pressure of the public eye. She has been married twice. Her first marriage was to writer and director Michael Ryan, with whom she has one child, a son named Luca. Her second marriage was to an American surgeon, but it has been reported that her personal life was often marked by challenges balancing career and family. She experienced a particularly difficult period after her father, the actor and writer, was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Currently, at 54, Jennifer lives in the United States, continuing her acting career, and has recently appeared in several television series. She is in a healthier place, having learned to navigate the emotional complexities of fame and family life. Alison Steadman was born on August 26, 1946. She played Mrs. Bennet in the 1995 Pride and Prejudice when she was 49 years old. Mrs. Bennet is a talkative, anxious mother, desperate to see her daughters married to secure their futures. Alison Steadman's career spans decades, with iconic roles in both television and theater. She gained critical acclaim for her work, but her personal life was marked by difficulties, including a painful divorce from fellow actor and director Mike Leigh, with whom she shares a son. She later remarried, but her second marriage also faced challenges. Steadman has spoken candidly about the impact of her professional commitments on her personal life. Despite these struggles, she remains one of the UK's most respected actresses, continuing to work well into her 70s. Now aged 78, she enjoys a quieter life but remains an active figure in the British acting community. Colin Firth was born on September 10, 1960, and portrayed the enigmatic Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice at the age of 35. Darcy, whose cold exterior hides a warm, honorable heart, became a character forever associated with Firth's career. Despite his early success in roles that defined him as a romantic lead, Firth's personal life has been anything but predictable. He was married to actress and producer Livia Giugioli, and they have 2 sons. However, their marriage faced public scrutiny after a highly publicized affair in 2018, leading to a brief period of separation. His professional life included multiple accolades, but also significant emotional burdens, particularly after the media scrutiny of his personal life and his struggle with fame. Throughout his career, Firth has been noted for his resilience and for taking on diverse roles, though his personal journey has been marked by private heartache. Now, at 64, Colin Firth continues to enjoy a successful career in film, though his marriage with Livia is reportedly more stable after their reconciliation. Crispin Bonham-Carter was born on September 23, 1969, and is best known for playing the role of Mr. Charles Bingley in Pride and Prejudice, 1995. At the time of filming, he was 26 years old. Mr. Bingley, a charming and well-mannered gentleman, is one of the key characters in Jane Austen's beloved novel. Crispin's early career was marked by a series of roles in British television and film, and his portrayal of Mr. Bingley became one of his most iconic roles. However, his life has not been without personal struggles. He experienced a difficult childhood, marked by the absence of his father and the challenges of growing up in a broken home. His relationships, too, have seen ups and downs. While he married in his early 30s, his marriage ended in a bitter divorce after several years. The toll of balancing his career with his personal life weighed heavily on him. Over the years, Crispin has also faced bouts of depression, particularly during periods of professional uncertainty. As of now, Crispin is 55 years old and continues to work in theater and television. Susanna Harker was born on April 26, 1965, and portrayed the gentle Jane Bennet in Pride and Prejudice at the age of 30. Jane, known for her beauty and serene disposition, was an iconic role for Harker, though it came during a time when her personal life faced significant upheaval. Harker's career in theater and television flourished after Pride and Prejudice, but she has experienced the harsh realities of both the public and private spheres. She has been married twice and has a son, but her first marriage ended in a difficult divorce. The separation was deeply painful for Harker, who has publicly spoken about the emotional toll of her personal life during the time. Later, her second marriage brought her happiness for a time, though it too faced challenges. Harker's personal struggles, including her battle with depression and the pressures of raising a child while maintaining a career, contributed to some of her most difficult years. Now at 59, Susanna continues to act but has become increasingly focused on her family life, striving to keep a low profile and find peace away from the spotlight. Julia Sawalha was born on September 9, 1968. She portrayed Lydia Bennet in the 1995 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice when she was 27 years old. Lydia is the youngest Bennet sister, whose impetuous and flirtatious nature often causes turmoil in her family. Julia Sawalha had a promising career early on, starring in the popular British sitcom Absolutely Fabulous, which became a significant part of her legacy. However, her personal life was marked by struggles with body image issues, which she openly discussed in interviews, and a series of high-profile relationships that ended in heartbreak. Sawalha has never been married and has no children. While she continues to act, she has faced periods of professional uncertainty, often grappling with being typecast. Now at 56, she is still active in the industry, focusing on more diverse roles, and has also worked in voice acting, carving out a niche in the entertainment world. Polly Maberly was born in 1976 and portrayed the character of Kitty Bennet in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, at the age of 19. Kitty is the second youngest of the Bennet sisters, known for being easily influenced by her younger sister Lydia and her somewhat frivolous nature. Polly's career was launched early with this role, but her journey after Pride and Prejudice has been marked by a mix of professional highs and personal lows. Although she earned recognition in the acting world, Polly struggled with the pressures of fame at a young age, leading to periods of introspection and a desire to step back from the public eye. In her personal life, Polly's relationships have been tumultuous. She married young, but the union ended in divorce after a few years. Her family life, too, was marked by heartbreak as she faced a miscarriage and a difficult period of emotional recovery. Now 47 years old, Polly enjoys a more peaceful existence away from the spotlight. Lucy Robinson was born on September 7, 1966. She played Mrs. Hurst in Pride and Prejudice in 1995, at the age of 29. Mrs. Hurst, along with her sister Miss Bingley, often acts as an antagonist, displaying disdain for the Bennet family and supporting her sister's ill intentions. Lucy Robinson has had a steady career in British television, but her personal life has been far from easy. She endured a rocky marriage to fellow actor Michael Maloney, which ended in a highly publicized divorce in the early 2000s. The divorce was followed by a period of emotional turmoil, and Lucy faced accusations of substance abuse, which she has since overcome. Lucy has one child, a daughter, whom she shares custody of with her ex-husband. Lucy struggled with depression in the years following her divorce, and she has spoken openly about how difficult it was to balance her career with her mental health. Despite these difficulties, Lucy continued to act, though her career plateaued. She is currently 58 years old and has largely stepped back from public life. Lucy Briers was born on August 19, 1967. At 28, she portrayed Mary Bennet, the earnest and bookish sister of the Bennet family, in Pride and Prejudice, 1995. Lucy's portrayal of Mary, a character known for her serious demeanor and passion for music, was a standout performance that contrasted with her more vivacious sisters. Her early career in the theater was promising, but Lucy faced personal challenges that often intersected with her professional life. Growing up, Lucy dealt with the loss of her mother, a tragedy that deeply affected her. She also faced the pressure of being the daughter of a well-known acting family, which brought both opportunities and expectations. Lucy's personal life has seen its share of heartache, particularly regarding relationships that ended in heartbreak. She has been candid about the emotional struggles she has faced, including a long period of loneliness and a battle with anxiety. As of today, Lucy is 57 years old, still very active in the theater, and has worked in a number of television productions. Lucy Davis, born on February 17, 1973, brought a cheerful simplicity to her role as Emilia Lucas in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, when she was just 22 years old. Growing up in Solihull as the daughter of comedian Jasper Carrot, her early life was colorful yet shadowed by her struggles with self-esteem and health issues. Best known for her role in The Office, UK, she enjoyed a promising career that was interrupted by personal misfortunes, including a serious kidney condition requiring a transplant from her mother. Her marriage to actor Owain Yeoman ended in divorce after 5 years, leaving her deeply disillusioned with love. Childless and increasingly introspective, she has spoken openly about her struggles with body image and mental health, often turning to her work for solace. At 51, Davis continues to act an advocate for kidney health awareness, finding moments of purpose amidst lingering feelings of solitude and regret. Anna Chancellor was born on April 27, 1965. She portrayed Miss Bingley in the 1995 television adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, at the age of 30. Miss Bingley is a character driven by ambition and jealousy, constantly plotting to separate Jane Bennet from her brother, Mr. Bingley, while also vying for Mr. Darcy's attention. Anna's career has been marked by several notable roles in both television and film, though her career saw periods of struggle as she transitioned between projects, experiencing both acclaim and setbacks. In her personal life, Anna faced challenges, including a tumultuous marriage. She was married to actor and writer Andrew Lown, but the couple eventually divorced after a few years together. The couple has 2 children, though the relationship with her children has been described as strained due to her busy career. In 2015, she spoke publicly about suffering from mental health issues, including anxiety and depression, which have deeply affected her personal and professional life. Despite these challenges, she has continued to work in the arts. Anna Chancellor is currently 59 years old. Adrian Lukis was born on March 28, 1957. He played Mr. Wickham in Pride and Prejudice in 1995, at the age of 38. Mr. Wickham is a charismatic but ultimately untrustworthy officer whose actions cause significant strife for Elizabeth Bennet and her family. Adrian Lukis' career has been marked by impressive roles in both stage and screen productions, though his life has been marred by several personal tragedies. Adrian's first marriage, to actress Caroline Langrish, ended in a painful divorce after 15 years, and they have 2 children. He later struggled with the loss of his younger brother to cancer, an event that profoundly affected him. A few years later, he also faced a significant health scare when he was diagnosed with a serious heart condition, which led to a period of rehabilitation. His professional career took a hit during this time, and he had to take a step back from acting. Adrian Lukis is currently 67 years old. David Bamber, born on September 19, 1954, portrayed the awkward and ingratiating Mr. Collins in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, at the age of 41. Bamber's childhood in Manchester was marked by his struggle with a stern and unyielding father who dismissed his artistic aspirations. Though he went on to build a respectable career in British television and theatre, his life was often overshadowed by personal disappointments. Known for his work in Rome and Valkyrie, his career saw a peak in the late 1990s before gradually receding. His marriage to actress Julia Swift, while enduring, was fraught with periods of separation due to conflicting career priorities. They had 2 children, Theo and Jack, but his relationship with them was strained as he juggled his commitments to work and family. His later years were marked by health struggles, including a bout with depression and a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, which eventually led him to retire from acting. Now 70, Bamber lives a quiet life in the English countryside, reflecting on a career and life filled with both applause and regret. Emilia Fox, born on July 31, 1974, embodied the gentle and reserved Georgiana Darcy in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, at the age of 21. Hailing from a family of actors, Emilia's youth was steeped in theatrical tradition, but her path to stardom was marked by internal battles with imposter syndrome. Celebrated for her role in Silent Witness, her professional success often contrasted with a turbulent personal life. Her brief marriage to actor Jared Harris ended in divorce, followed by a series of high-profile but unfulfilled relationships. A devoted mother to her daughter, Rose, Emilia has faced criticism for her unconventional parenting choices while grappling with periods of professional stagnation. She has spoken candidly about the pressures of maintaining her public persona amid personal challenges, including episodes of anxiety and career uncertainty. At 50, Emilia continues to act and explore creative outlets, though she often reflects on a life fraught with unanticipated hardships. Tim Wylton was born on February 27, 1940. He brought warmth and wisdom to the role of Mr. Gardiner in Pride and Prejudice in 1995, at 55 years old. Known for his steady and calming presence, both on screen and in real life, Tim came from humble beginnings in the English countryside, where his parents ran a small shop. As a child, he showed a talent for storytelling but often had to suppress his artistic inclinations to help with family finances. His acting career blossomed in the 1970s, with memorable roles in both theater and television. However, Tim's personal life was marred by sadness. He married actress Anne Curthoys, but their union crumbled after the devastating loss of their only child in infancy. Despite the heartbreak, Tim continued acting, immersing himself in his craft to cope. Among his many struggles were bouts of depression, a near-fatal car accident in his 40s, and a publicized financial dispute that nearly bankrupted him. Now, at 84 years old, Tim lives a reclusive life in rural England, occasionally attending fan events and reflecting on a career that was both rewarding and deeply challenging. Joanna David, born on January 17, 1947, graced Pride and Prejudice as Mrs. Gardiner when she was 48. Known for her warm, nurturing on-screen presence, Joanna's real life was far from idyllic. Her early years were overshadowed by a controlling and abusive father, which shaped her reserved demeanor. After rising to prominence in period dramas such as Rebecca and the Forsyte Saga, she faced a tumultuous personal life. Her long-term partnership with actor Edward Fox brought moments of happiness but was marred by rumors of infidelity. The couple had 2 children, Emilia and Freddie, who both pursued acting careers, though family tensions frequently made headlines. A car accident in the early 2000s left Joanna with chronic pain, forcing her to slow down her career. Now 77, she spends her days advocating for mental health awareness, drawing from her own struggles with depression. Rupert Vansittart, born on February 10, 1958, stepped into the shoes of the indolent Mr. Hurst in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, at the age of 37. His portrayal of the perpetually uninterested and gluttonous Mr. Hurst mirrored none of his real-life hardships. Rupert's childhood was marked by frequent relocations due to his father's unstable employment, which left him yearning for a sense of belonging. Though he later achieved critical acclaim with roles in productions like 4 Weddings and A Funeral and Game of Thrones, his career was dotted with long periods of professional stagnation. His personal life also bore the weight of tragedy. His first marriage ended in a bitter divorce after only 3 years, and his second wife passed away from a sudden illness, leaving him to raise their 2 children, Emma and Samuel, alone. In his later years, Rupert battled chronic health issues stemming from stress and exhaustion, but he continues to act sporadically, now aged 66, while living a reclusive life in the English countryside. Christopher Benjamin, born on December 27, 1934, portrayed Sir William Lukis at the age of 60 in the beloved Adaptation. Beneath the genial demeanor of his on-screen persona, Christopher's real life was laced with heartbreak. Orphaned as a child during World War II, he was raised in a series of foster homes where he often felt invisible. His acting career, which included roles in Doctor Who and The Prisoner, was sporadic due to his difficulty navigating the competitive industry. Married twice, his first wife left him shortly after the birth of their daughter, Caroline, who struggled with addiction for much of her life. His second marriage endured, but it was not without its strains, particularly after he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in his early 70s. Now 89, Christopher lives in a care facility, where he reflects on a life of resilience and occasional triumph amidst the shadows of personal and professional adversity. Victoria Hamilton, born on April 5, 1971, played the spirited Mrs. Forster in Pride and Prejudice at just 24 years old. Despite her character's lively demeanor, Victoria's personal journey was marked by deep emotional challenges. Growing up in a strict and conservative household in Surrey, she faced immense pressure to excel academically, which led to an eating disorder during her teenage years. Her acting career, spanning acclaimed roles in productions like Victoria and The Crown, came at the cost of personal happiness. Victoria married fellow actor Mark Tilley in 1998, but their marriage was plagued by infidelity and lack of communication, leading to a quiet divorce in 2009. The couple had no children, a subject Victoria has openly spoken about as a source of regret and grief. Now 53, she lives alone in London, focusing on advocacy for mental health and using her platform to support young actors navigating the pressures of the industry. Paul Moriarty, born on May 19, 1946, brought Colonel Forster to life in Pride and Prejudice in 1995 at the age of 49. His portrayal of the dutiful and compassionate officer is memorable, yet Moriarty's real life was fraught with struggles. Raised in a working-class family in London, Paul faced a tumultuous childhood marked by his father's struggles with alcoholism and the early loss of his mother. His acting career, although filled with standout roles in British television and theatre, was overshadowed by financial instability and a failed marriage to actress Margaret Saunders, which ended in a bitter divorce after 12 years. They had one son, David, who tragically passed away in a car accident at the age of 19, leaving Paul devastated. Health issues compounded his misfortunes, and he battled heart disease in his later years. Now at 78 years old, he lives a quiet life in a small village, spending his days writing memoirs and reflecting on a career and life filled with both triumphs and sorrows. Neville Phillips, born on July 15, 1927, brought the role of Fawcett, the loyal footman of the Bingley household, to life in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, when he was 68 years old. His portrayal added a subtle yet elegant touch to the household scenes. Born in the post-World War I era, Neville grew up in a modest home in London, navigating the challenges of the Great Depression. His acting career began on the stage, but he often faced typecasting, limiting his rise to fame. Off-screen, his personal life was marked by heartbreak. He married in his early 30s, but the union ended in divorce after just a few years, leaving no children. Neville struggled with loneliness and financial insecurity during the 1970s, as acting roles became scarce. Tragedy struck in the late 1980s when he lost his brother, his closest confidant, to cancer. In his later years, Neville devoted himself to writing memoirs and mentoring young actors. Now at 97 years old, he lives a quiet life in a care home in Surrey, reflecting on a life filled with quiet resilience and understated contributions to the arts. Anthony Caff, born on May 4, 1959, took on the role of Colonel Fitzwilliam in Pride and Prejudice when he was 36. A charismatic and versatile actor, his portrayal of Mr. Darcy's cousin was one of many highlights in a career that included appearances in Doctors and New Tricks. However, Anthony's personal life was clouded by tragedy. Raised in a broken home after his parents divorced when he was 6, he struggled with feelings of abandonment throughout his life. Anthony married actress Sarah Jane Home in 1988, and the couple had 3 daughters, Alice, Beatrice, and Lucy. While his family life appeared idyllic, Anthony privately battled depression, exacerbated by the loss of his father to suicide in 2000. In 2014, he suffered a stroke that partially paralyzed him, forcing him to retire from acting. Now 65, Anthony resides in a care home, where he spends his days surrounded by family visits and immersing himself in music, one of his lifelong passions. Tom Ward, born on January 11, 1971, was just 24 years old when he appeared as Lieutenant Chamberlain, a dashing militia officer in Pride and Prejudice, 1995. A rising star at the time, Tom hailed from a family of academics, yet he chose the unpredictable path of acting, a decision that strained his relationship with his parents. His early career was a mix of successes and disappointments, with several promising roles overshadowed by typecasting as the handsome but forgettable supporting character. Tom married in his late 20s and had 3 children, Jack, Harry, and Sophie. However, the pressures of fame and constant travel caused significant strain in his marriage, culminating in a bitter divorce in 2008. The custody battle for his children became a tabloid spectacle, leaving Tom emotionally drained. Adding to his woes, a serious car accident in 2015 left him temporarily unable to act, derailing his career for several years. Now 53 years old, Tom has returned to the screen in smaller roles, finding solace in his work and reconnecting with his children. Marlene Sidaway was born on 1937. She portrayed Hill in Pride and Prejudice in 1995, when she was 57 years old. Hill, the Bennet family's loyal housekeeper, played a quiet but important role in the Bennet household, showcasing the character's unwavering dedication to the family. Marlene's life off-screen was marked by modest beginnings in an industrial town in England, where her family struggled to make ends meet during the post-war era. She pursued acting as a form of escape from a turbulent home life. Despite earning respect as a character actress, she often faced financial instability, taking on other jobs to support herself. Marlene married fellow actor Alison David, but the marriage was short-lived due to their conflicting career priorities. She never remarried and had no children, a choice she later regretted as she spent her later years battling loneliness. Among the tragedies in her life, losing her sister to cancer in her 40s deeply affected her. Today, at the age of 87, she lives a quiet life in a retirement home, surrounded by memories of her career and friends who have long passed away. Who is your favorite character from Pride and Prejudice? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.